Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Gina once again, and today I'm using my color wheel. I'm going to do two paintings on one page. I decided to use these colors on the color wheel. The left side is going to be green, red, and purple, and the other one is going to be blue, yellow, and orange. To do these, I decided to try something different. So I am trying now to divide my page in half where I have a border because I'm going to tape around it as well as tape in the middle. But of course I wanted it to be taped evenly. So I just measured the center and I put a piece of tape. I tried my best to center it, just by eyeballing it. And then I taped around the edges. So what I'm writing here now is three different things. I asked myself three questions. I had to write three things about myself that I want to improve, but is not work related. And then I had to write three things that I would like to I want to try that I've never tried before. Again, not work related. And I wanted to do three things that made me feel at home. And that could be a scent or a song or a person or it could be anything, an animal, it could be a place like, under a specific tree or a location, right? So I used markers, I used crayons, and I sat thinking about it, and then I wrote them down, and then I decided to create within it and over it. I layered not just the page that I am working on now, which I'm now covering with acrylic paint, but I also wrote on, what do you call that paper? It's parchment paper. So it's not, well, no, it's it's greaseproof paper, actually. So it kind of disappears into the page once it's glued down. It's not as thin as tissue paper, but it's thin enough for me. I like it. I like the sound of it, and I like the feel of it, and I love the texture of it, so it worked. So now I'm layering the same answers that I wrote down. I tried to keep my answers short. I didn't write it in a sentence. It was just like one word, right? And I just layered it all over the paper. So it looks like scribbles, but it's not. Well, you all saw some of the answers, right? But, it's really to remind me of things that I want to work on and things that mean a lot to me. And I'm just layering it on, and then I'm going to go over this as well and push everything back because obviously it's way too intense and way too in my face. So I'm going to go over everything with some paint again to push it back into the background, but I'm leaving some visible for the eye to see. The reason I did this was because I had a little exercise with some coworkers and work. And, as we were starting back with the school year, I just wanted us to think about certain things in our lives that need some attention, things that we probably don't think about because we're just busy doing life. And, I just wanted everybody to just take a step back and let's think about these important things. And I'll write the questions in the description below. Just to help you get to focus and to stop and think about your life differently than just the day-to-day hassle and hustle and bustle. So this was a nice exercise. I also limited myself to just 3 colors. I did it twice just for 2 options to see how the 2 different sets of colors would look. So what I also did was I picked a color that I really like. So if you have a favorite color, you could pick that color, and then on the color wheel, check to see if you want to use just two colors plus maybe black and white. You could see which is the complementary color to your favorite color, and then do that color. So really and truly, you only have one option. It sounds bad, but it's actually really cool, and it's kind of freeing, so you don't have to make too many decisions, because you already have to think about the questions. So why stress about what colors you have to use, right? And then if you use the color wheel, it's going to look good anyway because the colors complement each other, no matter what colors they are. So you pick your favorite color, and then you choose, well, I chose the triadic scheme, which is three colors opposite or obliquely opposite on the color wheel to that favorite color that I chose. So you could try it. It's actually quite fun and freeing, as I said. So I'm just going over on both sides the different colors that I'm supposed to use. I tried my best not to mix it up because I'm doing the two of them simultaneously. And to do that, I just kept the colors on the left. I tried my best to keep it on the left, and the colors on the right card, I tried my best to keep it on the right. So after we did all of that, I am working on a focal point, and I'm using some stencils that I made as well as some plastic stencils. But I'm just trying now to figure out where I want to put things. I love the layered look of that butterfly. So, I want to try that. I know it's been done. I know it's nothing new, but I don't think I ever did it where I layered the butterfly or whatever shape I chose to use. I don't think I've done that. At least if I did, it's probably been a really long time. So it's time to do it again. So I cut out some smaller butterflies, which I'm going to use on the right. I know both of them have butterflies. How cool is that? But I'm going to cut them out using the same paper that I use as my base. And I'm also going to list that paper below so you'll know the type of paper and the thickness of it is nice. It's really nice. And I'm just trying to fit, honestly, I'm trying to fit everything on one page. That's all this is. I'm trying to fit it on the page, so I'm just moving things around and trying to get everything to fit nicely. And then I'm going to look at my base to see what colors stand out more. And then I'm going to use the missing color to paint those focal points. So my paper is covering it now, but let's say on the left side you're seeing a lot of what, boy? It looks like a lot of yellow and blue, doesn't it? Well, I guess we'll have to wait till I lift it up so we'll see how I chose the colors. In the meantime, I'm just tracing everything out, and then I'm going to cut them out, and then I'm going to paint them. So we have them all cut out, and I'm turning them over so I could get them all painted. And then I'll bring it in. So you're seeing a lot of yellow on the left, and on the right you're seeing a lot of purple and some green, I guess. So here I'm trying to figure out what colors to paint it because there's a lot of yellow and some blue, I guess, showing. So I decided to use orange as my main color, orange and yellow, to help the focal point stand out on that left side. I don't know why. I don't know. I just guess I felt like using the mini brayer would be fun instead of just painting it. It was fun. I'm making a mess. Some of it got underneath, but that's okay. And for the focal point on the right, I'm going to use, oh no, this is still the left. This is the lady that I am adding some color to. So my main focal point is going to be yellow/orange and blue, which will stand out nicely on that side. And now to do my focal points on the right, I'm looking at the purple and the green stand out a lot. So for this one, I'm going to use a darker purple because it is a brighter purple, but I'm going to use a darker purple and red because there is some red in the background peeking through, and I thought it would be kind of cool to have the focal point, bits of the focal point being red to help pull those bits of the background forward. So I'm just again using the brayer. I didn't wipe it off or anything. I'm just using the brayer to add the paint on, and then I'm gonna cut out those focal points. Now we've got them all cut out, and it's time to try to see where to put them. Now it actually, there is a lot of yellow in the background, and I did the butterfly yellow. So that's quite interesting. But I think I did that because I wanted the lady in blue. And the only other color I felt that would look good underneath her was the yellow. So now I'm going to make space for her and her butterfly. So I'm pushing that yellow to the background so that the butterfly and herself could stand out on the page. And of course, yeah, I made a mess. I keep making messes. I pick up paint from all over the place. But the butterfly isn't standing out as much as I wanted it to. So I thought, okay, let's put some writing in the background. And again, it's the same answers that I had from the questions, these 3 questions that I asked myself, which is 3 things about yourself that you want to improve on. Write 3 things that you want to try that you have never tried before. And write 3 things that make you feel at home. It could be a song, a poem, a person, a place, a scent, right? So I'm just writing my answers. It's just layered all through my painting, all through it, throughout, which makes it, well, for me anyway, when I write things over and over, it sticks in my brain. Yeah. So this piece actually means a lot to me because it's so personal. It's like a little diary kind of vibes. I guess it's something I would do in an art journal, but it's not. It's just, outside. It's on a paper. So I will probably stick it up on my wall. I have a wall that I stick some of the pieces of art that I do. Or I could actually just put it in my journal. But because of how I layered some of the elements, I probably will stick it on a wall instead of flattening it out in the diary. But yeah, so I'm just writing it, I'm putting it back, trying to see how it looks, if it flows nicely. And then obviously the butterfly is still kind of fading into the background. So to help it stand out a bit, I'm just using the foodie ball pen to write, just give the butterfly some details, because can't really see it too good. And I want to see it. So I'm just outlining it, and I'm going to give it some, butterflies. I think every butterfly has its own specific print. It's like our fingerprints. So I'm giving it those details. And then I felt that I wasn't seeing the words properly and I wanted to see them. Now I like that I did those in white, but I thought it would be cool to have some in black as well, just to help it stand out a bit more. And I'm writing the same answers again, just in black. So it's another layer added, which is really, really cool. So we have the white writing, we have the black writing, and the black ties in with the black on the butterfly. I also wrote the answers on top of her, bordered to the right of her. So I did that as well. And now I'm just adding in some shapes onto the page because it still felt like it was missing something and it needed some sort of balance. It didn't feel balanced. And the black, I think, it ties in with the rest of the black on the page. And it's not too heavy, which is how I find that my black is usually very heavy. I don't know why, I just love to add black to my pieces. I don't know. I love it. I just love it. So I cut these out and I love them. And I love that this is it's purple, but it's a darker purple. I really, really like that. And I really like the green, how it really complements the purple. I like the type of green too, the shade of the green. I love that. So, but I want this purple branch thing to really stand out. So I'm pushing everything back with the white. I'm still seeing my green, which is fantastic. And now I'm adding the bits of red, which ties in with the little pops of red that is actually on the page. And they're so cute. These butterflies are so cute. Now these didn't turn out like what I thought it was going to be, but I actually really like them. I do. And I found that the butterflies were just super flat and I was just not having it. So I said, okay, let's see how it looks if I just stick the body down and leave the wings up. And I liked it. So I looked at my branch and it looked flat again as well. So I thought I would help give it some texture and some interest by adding this white with a Posca marker. I'm just giving it some outline. I'm doing it probably like 3 times. I'm just running the line over and over to give it a messy outline. And I was gonna leave the butterflies, but I thought let's give you all some detail as well. And I also added the white on these. I thought about doing black, but then I thought the red is kind of dark. It's not, but it's not yellow, which is bright, or that green. So I thought it was kind of dark. So I thought the white would stand out way more than the black would. And I loved it. It's like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. Okay. And I really like this butterfly in particular as well. Well, they're all cute, but, I just like the extra dense. But anyway, it's just really cute. And I just thought I'd give them some detail and then get them stuck down. Trying to figure out where to put them, where's best, and hoping that it turns out fantastically awesome. I didn't want to stay too long trying to figure out where to put them. I felt it actually hit a lot of the branch, but there wasn't really anything I could do about it. It was already there. So I'm sticking my branch down now, and then I'm going to stick my butterflies down. Yay! They are so cute. I like them a lot. a lot, and I can't wait to take the tape off. I really can't wait. And then I actually forgot that I didn't stick this down. So when I looked at her, I realized that she also felt like she was missing something. So I'm giving her a little messy border as well with the foodie ball pen. And that's one thing I like about stepping back from my work. And for me, stepping back was just working on the other side. That's it. Because I wasn't looking at that side at all. So when I came back, I was able to see things that I didn't notice before. And, ideas just started popping in my head. So I'm just giving the butterfly some more detail. And I gave her some more detail. And now I'm thinking this could work. I think I like it more. It looks more like a butterfly. And maybe it's time to stick it down. Not where I wanted it, which was further to the right, but it ended up moving a little more to the left. So even though I added the white to the background on the right side, I still ended up sticking it on the left side, which is interesting. So I thought, okay, let's stick her down. But while I was putting the glue, I thought, oh, I think it'll be really cool if I pop her and give her some height on the page instead of having her just flat. So I'm just putting some foam squares down. Yes, even after I put the glue, because that's when the thought came. But that's okay. Just make it it'll make it stick better. That's all. So I'm just adding those, and I'm going to stick her down on top of the butterfly to give her some height and to give the page some dimension. And she looks great. I really like it. And now I'm going to try and get the tape off. So I realized, and I figured that I realized this before, I just forgot about it. But I have to heat it, the tape, in order for it to come out cleanly. And what I realized that does is it kind of separates the glue from the tape. Some of it anyway. So what actually happens is some of the glue remains behind on the page, but at least it doesn't take the page with it. So that's why, I think from now on, as long as I can remember, because I tend to forget, I have to heat the tape before I take it off to get it cleanly off. And this is nice. I love them so much. They are awesome. I actually backed them onto a black cardstock. Stag blank is what we call it. And it looks fantastic. Yay! So these are my 3-dimensional pieces. I love them so much. They're very simple, but I really do. Let me know which one you like more or what you think. I hope it inspired you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!